Welcome. Gosh, it's been a while. My name's Jake, and this is my YouTube channel dedicated to my triathlon journey. I'm an age group triathlete that's just looking to improve and get better in the sport. So it's been a while since I've filmed a video for you guys, actually since Eagleman 70.3 back in June, and that is also the last time I raced. But this video is going to be dedicated to my training from then till now. It is currently August 17th. So that's what it's mostly going to be about, but if you guys stick around to the end, I do have a key race specific session to help me prepare for a race later this fall. So big key session going down today. If you guys want to stick around for that, that would be great. Let's go ahead and get into some of the recent training. All right, so here we are on Training Peaks. This is June 9th here, when I did Eagleman 70.3. The biggest thing I want to achieve with this video is showing you guys what consistent volume can do. After Eagleman, I realized that it's not always the best option to push the envelope and try to always be getting so much stronger and so much faster. Sometimes it's better to just consistently good, occasionally great has been a recent motto. And the main way to be consistently good is to focus on your health. And when I say health, I mean consistently staying injury free. So holding volume at a decent number and then also staying healthy. So that was my main goals coming out of Eagleman, being able to train after the race effectively and stay consistent. So we jump into the week here from the 10th through the 16th, and I was able to still get 9.5 hours the week after Eagleman, mostly because this one long ride here I did on Sunday. My body came around really well that week. I did only run about a mile a day. Then we move on to the following weeks after Eagleman, 17th to the 23rd. I'm more going to highlight volume more than specific sessions, but after I get done talking about volume and consistency over the time frame in between Eagleman and now, I'll highlight a couple sessions that I thought really pushed the needle forward. 2 weeks after Eagleman, I was able to get 11 hours and 37 minutes, and I was traveling for 2 of those days, so I was only able to run. So that was a pretty solid week. We moved down to the 3rd week after Eagleman, 24th through the 30th. I was only able to get 7 hours and 56 minutes. I think I pushed this previous week a little bit too hard, and that's why I had to kind of drop off. Still was able to get 8 hours, so not a ineffective training week, but definitely not something that's gonna push the envelope. So the following week, July 1st through the 7th, I was able to get up to 10 hours and 50 minutes. And as you can see, we go through here, I have a couple lifts here that I didn't say completed as planned. Generally, I don't really count lifting into my total volume for cardio, but these ones I probably did complete them. I just was being lazy and didn't. So you could argue that the volume would be a little bit higher than that. But following week, July 8th through the 14th, I was able to stay at 11 hours and 11 minutes. So there we have 2 weeks in a row at 11 hours. So that's pretty good volume for me, especially working full-time job. I feel like that's enough volume for me to improve. Then the following week after that, so we come off 2 11-hour weeks. The following week, I was able to get in 12 hours and 50 minutes. So that's kind of looking like pushing the envelope as far as volume goes for me. After those 3 weeks, I felt like I needed a bit of a rest. So we dropped it down to 7 hours and 22 minutes for the following week. And felt like I recovered well during that time frame. We're already into July 22nd through the 28th, so that's a lot of time since Eagleman. Jump straight into the following week, 13 hours and 17 minutes. So that was a big week for me. Then the following week after that, which we're only looking at a couple weeks in the past now, August 5th through the 11th, had a 14-hour and 25-minute week, which was between both of these weeks combined. I think there's one run missing out of here that I didn't actually record on this week. So I think I was a lot closer to 14 hours this week. But between these 2 weeks combined, that was kind of like a 28-hour training period in 2 weeks. And I know I took 2 days where I only ran once, like this one here on the 5th. And I think there's one more up here somewhere. But regardless, it was like 28 hours in a 14-day period. So I knew that I had really dug deep for those 2 weeks and then drop it down to 6 hours and 41 minutes. So that was the 12th through the 18th. I knew that I had to kind of recover. So from Monday to Friday, I really took things pretty easy. And then I did a big specific race session, which you guys are going to see here at the end of this video, the specifics of that on the 17th. And just because I'm recording this a little bit late, we can talk about the current week. So August 19th through the 25th. And now, let me refresh this because I actually did just put a run in here. But if we're looking at this week, I am at 10 hours and 47 minutes, and it is Monday the 19th through today, which is Sunday the 25th. So I'm going to go ahead and get a swim in later today, but we're going to end up right around 11 and a half hours. And this also is a perfect segue to my next race. So kind of keeping the volume a little bit more moderate now, like 10 to 11 hours, because I had those couple big weeks before. But my next race is going to be Jones Beach 70.3 in New York, and that is on September 28th. So we are only looking like we are 4 weeks out from that. This was a skeptical yes, no, maybe so on age group nationals. I'm not sure if I'll make it there for that race, but this is kind of the A race here, Jones Beach 70.3 on the 28th. So this is kind of what it looks like when I do a rough cut of what my training may be in the next couple weeks, but that's something that I just follow briefly. So yeah, we can take a look now at some of the more key sessions in between Eagleman and my current space. So let's take a look at some of those. So here's one session that was Saturday, July 6th. This was a trainer ride, but kind of more of like a tempo based trainer ride. So as you can see, it was kind of some over-unders with some gradual peaks here. But we did 3 sets of, I believe these were 12 minutes for each one, and ended up normalized 263 for 2 hours. So that is a pretty solid session there. And we can keep looking here. And here's another one. So this was on July 13th, just the week later. This was a 4-hour trainer ride where I got in a couple tempo efforts. So I'm pretty sure that, yeah, so we see a couple here, right around 264, then around 280, 264 again. I believe these were 10-minute efforts, so I did 5 of them in that ride. Ended up being about 225 normalized for 4 hours. So that was definitely a key session. Heart rate average 117, so that was a solid session there. If we keep going down here, I want to try to find a running workout. Let's see what we got. I think this was a running workout. Oh, so this was a workout where I did 3 by 3 minutes, 4 by 2 minutes, 5 by 1 minutes. So I was thinking, I think I hit 3 minutes right around 6:25. I hit the 2 minutes right around 6:10, and the 1 minute right around 5:55. So that right there was a pretty key session on July 16th. There's a couple more on here. Let's see what we got here. 3-hour ride. I'm not sure I did any intensity on this one. Yeah, no intensity on this one. I think this was just a long, steady ride with Jimmy. Still a great base builder. So 211 watts, 209 average, 211 normalized. Heart rate 110. This was just a good big day in the saddle just to get some time. Now we can keep on rolling here. Believe this was, I did a session here where normalized power 269 for 2 hours and 3 minutes. So that's a big quality session. I was doing 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off, 10 times, and then I did that set 3 different times. So I technically got around 60 minutes at 300 watts. That was a great stimulus. The following week, long ride with Jimmy. We got in 4 hours and 7 minutes at 213. There's probably another run workout in here I'm missing somewhere, but generally I was just doing a lot of shorter runs, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, keeping the frequency high, but not doing too many longer runs, because that's where I feel like I run into some issues. So getting into some closer weeks, so August 5th, we can look into, Jimmy and I were going to do a ride this Saturday, August 10th, but we ended up pushing it back to the 11th. So got 5 hours and 15 minutes in at 215 normalized. That was a very, very good session. Long day in the saddle. That's what you need to be aerobically ready to handle the distance of a 70.3. So average heart rate 114, 5 hours and 15 minutes. 215 watts normalized. That was probably one of the most crucial sessions that I did. Oh yeah, and also this day right here, this was a double threshold day. So Thursday the 8th, we did a run in the morning with Jimmy, I think, where we did we did 5 by 3 minutes, holding right around 5:55 pace for all of those on equal recoveries. So that evening I got in a trainer ride with some intervals. Let's see what we got going on here. It was some over-unders, 317 watts for a few minutes, up to 350 watts for a minute. Did that 3 times through, so I got an hour session in with 277 normalized. That's a solid session. That leads us into the session I completed last weekend. That was kind of more of a race-specific session. That's this one here. So I'll go ahead and pin you guys to clips of me on the trainer for that one. Alright, so we're down in the basement, and here is a look at the pain cave. So got a couple fans here, got the Wahoo fan down there, bike all kitted up on the trainer, Wahoo kicker. I recently just got these. They're pretty nice. The Shimano S-Sphere RC 309 or 903 or something. Anyway, so the session today is 2 hours. I'm using Trainer Road as the software. So here, for some reason the camera won't focus, but it's basically 6 by 12 minutes at around 320 watts. So we got a couple at 317 and then a couple at 324. So easy recoveries around 130 watts for 6 minutes for each one, and it's totaling in 2 hours. So we're gonna accumulate about 72 minutes around 320 watts. So how I'm fueling today's session, I got 2 1-liter feed race day bottles with about 100 grams of carbs in each and 1,600 milligrams of sodium. So that is the Precision Fuel and Hydration Sports Mix. I use that when I'm doing these key sessions because that's what I use on race day. So I probably won't end up taking the gel. I'll get 200 grams of carbs between those 2 bottles, and I just crushed a Red Bull. So that is how we're looking for this session. I'm gonna get on here, get warmed up, and then we'll catch up with you guys after the first 12-minute rep. So stay tuned. All right, so we got 2 minutes until the first rep. Chilling at 130 watts right now. All warmed up. Got Martin Garrix tuned in to the shocks. So let's see how this goes. All right, first rep done. 316 watts. Average heart rate for 12 minutes, 136. So got a 6-minute recovery, 134. Legs are honestly hurting more than the cardio system is. So we'll see how that progresses. Probably catch up with you guys after a couple more reps. Let's go, baby. All right, third rep done. 323 watts, 141 BPM average. So yeah, legs are really burning now. But I will say that was probably the first rep where I really felt like settled. Maybe that's because I got carbs in. Not sure, maybe I'm just warmed up. But I say that rep really gave me the confidence that I can finish this session strong. So we got about 58 minutes left, 3 more reps. It'll be 324, 321, 317. So let's try to get it done, baby. Let's go. We'll catch up with you guys before the last rep. 5 out of 6 reps done. Wow, starting to catch up to me, but happy with how I'm handling it. Last 5 minutes of the last 2 reps, my glutes were starting to turn on and burn, which is probably a good sign for me because historically they don't fire very well. So good stuff there. We got 1 more rep at 317 watts for 12 minutes. It's gonna be manageable, but definitely really tough. So trying to save a little something in my legs for this run. We're currently looking at about an hour and 40 minutes in, 287 normalized. So yeah, let's go ahead and finish this up. We'll have a quick transition. Wearing the super shoes today, so we'll see. About a minute and 30 left. Last rep, baby. Let's get it done. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. Let's go. I love getting these sessions done. Give me a boost of confidence for race day. So we're looking at 288 normalized for just about an hour and 56 minutes. Got a 4-minute cool down, and also, in case you guys are wondering, all the reps done in aero. So super happy with that session. Just banked about an hour and 15 minutes at like around 320 watts. So big session, banger session. Gonna get either 2 or 3 by a mile off the bike. See how my legs feel, see how my body's handling it. We'll decide while we're out there. I'll catch up with you guys during the transition. Let's go. All right, so just wrapped up that ride. Gonna get on the Alphafly 3s and probably 2 or 3 by a mile. I'll catch up with you guys after. Let's go. All right, so I never got to actually catch up with you guys after I did the 3 by 1 mile off the bike. It went very well. I did it in the Alphafly 3s. I do not ever run in those, so I save them basically all for race day. But 3 by a mile ended up right around 6:15 pace for all of them, so I was very happy with that. So that's kind of what we're looking like. I'm very happy with the consistency in my training as of recently. I've definitely been taking a way smarter approach to training, and I feel really good about that. So also taking a smarter approach to fueling as well, because I think that was one of my problems this time last year. I was stuck on a certain weight, so I don't have that problem now. I'm a little bit heavier, but at least I'm able to train consistently and know that I'm getting better in that regard. So if you guys enjoyed the video, I'd like to get some more kind of weekly training videos out. We'll see how it goes. I'm only like 4 or 5 weeks out from Jones Beach, as I mentioned, but I'd like to get at least maybe 1 or 2 training weeks out so you guys can kind of see how I'm training on the day-to-day basis. So if you guys want to see that, drop a comment, let me know what you guys think, and we will catch up with you guys later. Happy training. Let's go.